My name is Adam, and you're watching my renovation here on Iris Street. This is week 140, and I do a bunch of odds and ends, like work on the cabinets, but the coolest thing this week is the installation of this TV. It's a Samsung TV called The Frame, and it's designed to look like a painting. During the nighttime, like you see now, it looks more like a TV because it's projecting light, but during the day, it's hard to tell the difference between this and a piece of art. So without further ado, let's check out week 140. Welcome back to my renovation. After taking months off to finish the house, you can see I'm back at the videos here. So we're in the summer. I'm working on some cabinets here and working on some gangs behind the fireplace so that I can hang the TV. A lot of this is work that needs to happen before I can go ahead with the final finishing jobs. So what we're doing here is hanging up the new Samsung Frame TV. This thing finally arrived. It is a 55-inch OLED panel, and this thing has a flush mount to the wall. So the idea is that it looks like a piece of art when it's installed. What that means is it actually needs a separate control box that's auxiliary to the TV itself and will sit on top of my AV receiver for now. So I hang it up on these brackets that are mounted to the wall, and as a quick test, I'm demoing some of the wallpaper and art paintings that it has, and I've gotta say, even at nighttime, it looks really, really good, but you'll see it shine in the day most spectacularly because, as you guys know, paintings don't have a backlight, so during the night, you can tell it's a screen, but during the day, this thing really does look like a painting. It's incredible, especially when it's displaying a painting and not just a photograph like the zebra, but it has great contrast. It looks like it's gonna be a great display, and I'm happy with how it's looking in the space. So I'm moving on with the installation of the dishwasher. This is another item that needs to go in before the countertops can be installed. So I get this sucker hooked up. It's a pretty straightforward job. Another thing I'm working on is spray painting this custom cabinet. As you guys know, I basically shrunk this cabinet down to fill this void so that wouldn't be wasted space. After work, I head out to Rocky Flats to run, and the thistles are full in bloom this time of the summer. In fact, as I'm editing this video, it is December, it's cold, it's dark, and man, am I really missing this kind of weather we get during the summer here in Colorado. Well, back at the house, I'm continuing on with the cabinets. The next thing that needs to be installed before the countertops go up is these corbels. These are installed so that the countertop overhang has some supports, and honestly, they just look kind of neat too, but this is basically where the bar stools are gonna go. I wanted a little overhang on this island. Of course, the sink needs to be in before the countertops can go up as well. So this is my farmhouse sink. This is technically an undermount sink, so in order to get this thing installed into the farmhouse cabinet, I first have to mark out the dimensions of the sink on the cabinet and then use my jigsaw to cut it out. I did okay, but I could have cut this a little bit more cleanly, but nothing a little bit of silicone on the edges won't be able to make look really sharp. All in all, got this thing cut out, and the next job is building a support base for this sink. This sink with water in it could weigh up to 200 pounds, so, you know, there's different ways you can go about this, but I just wanted to build a nice big 2x4 base. So this 2x4 base, not only will it sit on the floor of the cabinet, but it's also going to be screwed into the sides of the cabinet. So this sucker, it's definitely over-engineered, but that's how I do things. You guys know me. I just want to make sure they're super, super sturdy, and who knows, Maybe one day I've got a giant Bernese Mountain Dog that I need to be washing in the sink. Continuing with the sink install, we want a 2-inch overhang on this farmhouse sink. Left side looks good. Right side looks good. My buddy Michael was staying with me this week, and he was kind enough to lend me an extra set of hands while I hung this last cabinet. My dad and I originally hung this cabinet and realized that when I assembled it, I didn't have the face frame flush from top to middle to bottom. So I ended up ordering a replacement cabinet just because the bulge in the middle was really noticeable. So Mike helped me get that cabinet hung up, and then I went ahead and stuck on the final doors. And so by the end of the night, here's what the kitchen's looking like. Really close to being able to get this countertop installed. The cabinets are pretty much ready to go at this point. So just wanted to give you guys a quick shot. I needed one more part to hook up my dishwasher, so now that that's arrived, I can finish hooking it up. It's pretty much as simple as connecting the drain line, connecting the electrical line, and connecting the water supply line. In this case, I'm using a hot water supply line. You can use a cold water supply line, but of course a hot water supply is better. Just helps the dishwasher clean more efficiently right off the bat. It is the 3rd of July, so Mike and I are gonna head out to Brush to spend the 4th with my family, but here's a few shots of the kitchen before we head out. As is tradition, every year we like to go to the 4th of July parade in Brush. That's some of my family sitting across the street, and it's just a bunch of police cars, fire trucks, and floats going up and down the streets of Brush, Colorado. Another tradition after the parade is that we go to my grandma Hoffman's house for some ice cream and cake, and my sister and I decided we would run there from my parents' house. It's only about 5 or 6 miles, and we were treated to some really cool thunderstorm skies on the run over, and made it just in time before the rain got us. In the evening, Mike and I visit our buddy Matt, who we went to high school with. He's got a primo spot for looking at the fireworks just about a half mile from where they set things off, if even quarter mile. Anyways, it's really close, and here's some of the fireworks. Happy 4th, and thanks for watching.